New reaction tonight after disturbing testimony inside the preliminary hearing for suspended Fort Hood OB-GYN Major Blaine McGraw. 6 News reporter Juliana Jackson has been following this very closely. She spoke with advocacy groups who support survivors of military sexual trauma and say the case is reopening wounds for many people. Juliana.
Bailey, the Article 32 hearing lasted more than 6 hours, with prosecutors laying out what they described as years of abuse involving young female patients. But now local advocates say the graphic details revealed in court are bringing up trauma far beyond just the people in this case. But we do want to warn you that some parts of this story are disturbing. Military prosecutors say suspended Fort Hood OB-GYN Major Blaine McGraw now faces more than 270 specifications under the Uniform Code of Military Justice, including sexual assault, abusive sexual contact, indecent recording, and conduct unbecoming an officer. CID investigators found hundreds of videos and images on McGraw's devices. A digital forensics examiner testified investigators found videos, images, and thumbnails across multiple devices, including evidence some files were moved to cloud storage and emailed to and from McGraw. An expert OB-GYN testified she reviewed a pattern of what she believed were medically unnecessary breast exams, many involving young women under 30 years old. She also testified some patients were left uncovered, examined without chaperones, and that McGraw appeared to fish for reasons to perform breast exams. The court also heard testimony that McGraw allegedly admitted to CID investigators he developed what he described as voyeuristic tendencies after a deployment to Syria. Advocacy groups like Shield of Sisters says the public nature of this hearing can reopen trauma for other survivors of military sexual assault who are following this case.
These are lives that we're dealing with. These are people's who they are. And trauma will affect who you are.
The defense pushed back throughout the hearing, claiming the recordings were for medical documentation purposes and questioning how CID conducted interviews with McGraw. Moving forward, groups like Shield of Sisters is advocating for MST survivors and change with the military.
We want to continue to be the beacon of hope that is there for people.
Yeah, the preliminary hearing officer will now review the evidence before making a recommendation on whether the case should move forward to a full court martial. To learn more, you can go to our website at kcentv.com.